Hi, Tracy here from Tutor Dude. This week we're going to think about ways that children can learn spelling. Now there are two different types of spelling ways that we need to learn. We need to learn how to sound out a word, apply the rules, and then spell a word. That's not the focus for this video. This video, the focus is on how to learn words where it's not very clear how the sounds are. So the first word I was thinking of was R, A-R-E. So it's not a straightforward word, it's a common word, it's one that we use really frequently, and it's one that's commonly misspelled. Other words like that would be was, saw, hear, where they're part of those 60 or so really common words that don't really fit the straightforward rules of English, but we need to know them for reading and for spelling. Generally, if you can say a word and you can spell a word, you can then also, that's a backwards way of learning to read it too. So I'm going to show you on this video how to do simultaneous oral spelling. That means that we're going to use our multisensory focus. We're going to think about being able to say it, being able to see it, being able to hear it, all at the same time as writing it. This way we can really glue the words into short-term memory and transfer them into long-term memory, where we can draw on them automatically when we need them for writing. So let's look at how we do that. I've brought my little whiteboard with me. So if the word is R, the letters are A, R, E. So to start with, can your child actually read the word R? Make sure they can. Make sure they can put it in a sentence. We are going shopping. Okay, make sure they know how to use that word in a sentence. We don't need to learn words where we've got no idea what they mean. That would just be like learning a foreign language, really. We need to learn them, we need to be functional. So for simultaneous oral spelling, I would have the word written down like I have here, and I would go A, R, E. Notice I say the letter names because they stay the same across all 26 letters. They always are the same. They don't change when they're hanging out with a different letter. They don't change when they're in a different position in the word. They are consistent. So for this particular way of practicing and learning spellings, we use the letter names. So A, R, E. Once I've got that and I've got that pattern in my head, I then write it and say it out loud at the same time. By saying it out loud, my lips are actually moving and my ears are actually working. If I say it just in my head, neither of those things are actually physically working. So I need to do the saying and the actual hearing aloud. So I would write A, R, E. And I might do that a few times. A, R, E. Notice that while I'm saying it, I'm saying the letter names at the same time. So I'm really concreting all that information into my brain, into my memory in one unit. Let's look at a different word. Let's do the word here. Okay, here. As in, come here. Or, I am over here. Make sure your child can use it in a sentence before you start doing anything around spelling. Here, so I'd say H, E, R, E. Probably say it a few times. H, E, R, E. Now I spell it H, E, R, E. Remember, I say it out loud so I'm hearing it properly. H, E, R, E. At the end of the video, at the end of my blog post, I've actually put for you a list of common words that could be used to spell using this strategy. Where they're common words that are a bit tricky, we need to get them nailed so we can be fluent with our writing. It also works really, really well for subject-specific words. So you've got to learn how to spell chlorophyll, or you've got to learn to spell ribonucleic acid, and you're having difficulty. This is a great way of breaking it down and spelling out those subject-specific words, but you'd only be learning perhaps 2 or 3 of those. You wouldn't be learning every word like that. But those ones that are really, really tripping you up, they're the ones that you could learn using this method. So this is simultaneous oral spelling. Another video, I'll show you how to spell out phonic words.